You asked me why I always put this name equals main statement into my Python code. In this video I'm going to show you how this statement works and why you should always use it when writing Python code. And as always, you can find a written article on this topic on my website, which is linked down below in the description. In many other programming languages such as C, C++ or Java, you have a main function which serves as an entry point for your application. However, in Python you can just write your code into a file, pass that to an interpreter without the need of a main function, and everything works just fine. So why would you add a if name equals main statement to your Python code? To answer that question, we're going to have a look at an example that shows us how the Python interpreter works. Our example consists of two files. The first file is myModule, and that contains the function myFunction, and myFunction prints out the argument it was passed to, which is myFunction got A. And then down here we have a print statement that tells us that we're currently running myModule, and then we call myFunction with the argument 23. When we run that, we can see that we first get the evaluated print statement of this is myModule, and then we get myFunction got 23. Everything is as we would expect it. The second file is startpy, and startpy first imports myModule. Then we print out this is startpy, that we know that we are actually running startpy at the moment, and then we call myFunction from myModule and pass the argument 42. When we run that code, we can see it first prints out this is myModule. However, we are running startpy. Now the question is, how do we prevent the execution of code in an imported Python module? But before we answer that question, I want to tell you that I prepared several Python cheat sheets for you. You can pick up for free as a high-resolution PNG in my Gumroad shop. And you can even get a printable PDF for a small amount of money in my Gumroad shop or as a tier 1 or higher Patreon subscriber. So check out the links down below in the description to pick up your Python cheat sheets. So to solve the issue that print this is myModule and the myFunction 23 call is executed when we run startpy, as we can see it down here, we have to either enclose those two calls into a function, a class, or an if statement. And we're going to use a special property of the Python interpreter to do that. Every time the Python interpreter gets a new file, it sets a variable. And this variable is called __name__. And this variable is set to the file name without the .py extension, except for the file that is directly passed to the interpreter. For that file, the __name___ variable is set to __main__. So if we add this if statement, if name equals main, and then indent our code under it, and we run startpy once again, we can see that the code inside of myModule was not executed, because the code inside of myModule is under this if statement, and the name variable of myModule is set to myModule. However, if we directly run myModule, we can see it still works, because this time we directly passed myModule py to the Python interpreter, and therefore name is set to main. And we can copy that line as well and enter it into our main file over here and indent the code under there and run it, and we can see it still works just fine. This is startpy, myFunction got 42. So let's sum up why you should always add the name equals main statement to your Python code that is not enclosed in a function or a class. Every time the Python interpreter gets a file, the file will be executed line by line. And it doesn't matter if that is the file that was initially passed to the interpreter or if it was imported. The Python interpreter just executes it. And in order to prevent code of an import to be executed when it is imported, we have to add a guard. And the guard is the if equals main statement, because the Python interpreter assigns the file name to the variable underscore underscore name underscore underscore, except for the file that was initially passed to the Python interpreter. For that file, the underscore underscore name underscore underscore variable is assigned to underscore underscore main underscore underscore. And if you watched this video until the end, I would appreciate if you let me know down below in the comments by commenting with this computer emoji. And if you enjoyed this video and want to keep on watching, check out this video over here.